We got our first coat of body filler on, and we got it sanded and found our low spots. Sanding our second coat on the door. A lot of times when you get these new parts in, they have a little ding. So this will be a really, really light skim coat by the time we sand this off. Bed also had a ding over here, so we had to skim coat that, and we got that straight. That feels really good. So I like to use our air file when we do this. This is nice and flat, and it keep it flat with the door, and it'll make sure everything gets straight. Got a little spot on this front door that we need to fix. It's right here. Just a little imperfection in the final primer coat, maybe a tiny one right there. Those kind of things, those kind of details that make a paint job better. Today is the day for paint. We got everything set up in the shop. I'll kind of walk around and show you. We got our homemade stand. They make expensive stands for these doors and fenders and stuff. I don't like expensive necessarily. I like what works. Our hood is actually already prepped white. By mistake, we painted it the wrong color for another F-150 we're doing. So got the fenders set up. They're ready to go. Our bumper and bumper fillers set up. And we have, of course, our bed. And it's sitting here ready for paint. Already been painted on the bottom. Everything's ready to go down there. We are going to put a spray-in bed liner inside the bed. On the bed liner, we're going to use the Dominator kit. My local parts store had it. A little bit higher, for 190 bucks versus the 160 Raptor you can get on Amazon, but I think this will be a good kit for this truck. It's black. It's supposed to have a really nice finish, so we're going to give this kit a try. So we started painting the Lightning last night. We got our sealer on. We started putting base coat down, and for some reason in our base coat, we started seeing some fish eyes or solvent pops. I think they were fish eyes, and in trying to cover those up, which sometimes if you back off your base coat, instead of just putting it on a full wet, back it off and spritz it, you'll see that crater, that problem from the fish eye, kind of fill up. This paint is a pearl white tri-coat. That means you put a white flat base coat down, and then you spray a translucent pearl over the top of it, and then you add your clear. So we had a couple of runs in our base coat while trying to cover up those fish eyes, so we decided to stop for the night, let this completely dry, and then we're gonna come back with some 600 grit on a soft pad, and sand out the runs, sand out the bad spots that we have. I'll show you a couple of bad spots, and then we'll go back and rebase coat and continue on. So sometimes you just have to stop and punt and try it again. So we're just using this block flatly. I don't really want to go through this base coat. I just want to get through this top layer, just where that run is completely gone, so you don't see it through your clear. And this, if you're wondering, can you do this? Is it okay? Yes, you absolutely can. I could, with 1000, sand this entire white down smooth, take all of the orange peel out of the base coat, and then that wouldn't show up through the clear coat, make the clear coat a lot smoother. However, all new cars have some orange peel in them from the factory, so you don't want to take out that peel. Otherwise, the stuff that I'm painting would be way too smooth, and it wouldn't match up with the stuff that's already on the truck, the paint that's already on the truck. So. Okay, so we have that run kind of sanded out. Now we're just going to walk around and look for some other ones and see where we have any bad spots. So we're going to take this block and just sand this run. We'll dust this with several light coats and that'll kind of cover everything back up. Okay, that's really smooth. Everything looks good there. You can see those bumps and nibs. We're just gonna take our block, and I don't know if you can see it, but they're showing up to all the high spots. We're just gonna block these high spots completely off of this, so it's smooth. And we'll lay one more light coat over top, and then that should look really good through the clear coat. So we have a run right there in the base. Up. Yep, the run is completely gone now. We went through the base just a little bit right there, but we're gonna rebase this whole bedside, so it'll be fine. Guys, we just finished up painting the parts on the Lightning. Just turned out gorgeous. Paint clear laid out really nice. It's got a perfect orange peel to match the factory. We ended up painting 2 doors, a hood, a bed, both the front fenders, nearly the whole truck. It's a really, I don't know if you catch it in the picture, it's a really pretty pearl. The star white is just a beautiful color. So now that we got the paint job done, the next step will be to color sand and buff. Color sand and buffing is basically you do a light sand, like 1,000 and 1,500, then 3,000, and then you buff that out, and that takes out any of the dirt nibs that might have come in the paint job from the air, and also it smooths out a little bit of the orange peel if you have areas that are a little bit rougher than others. So it takes quite a bit of work to do that because it's a lot of sanding and buffing, but really makes for a perfect paint job, near perfect paint job when you're done. So we'll let this dry for the day and come back next time and see if we can get started on the buffing.